Enphase Energy, it's about time we looked at this. Bit of a disaster. What's going on? Time for analysis on Enphase Energy, ENPH. Is it all over for this stock? Is it finished? Is it crashing down? Are we going anywhere? We've seen inflation. We've seen trade wars. We've seen blood on the streets. Let's get back to the numbers. Tomorrow, the Fed might turn on the money printer. I'm predicting a rate cut. Will that help? Will that help Enphase Energy? I don't know. Let me share with you. We talked about this one and people saying it's going to the moon and all this stuff. And we talked about, no. We want to be standing on the moon. Remember that? We talked about that. Well, where are we now? Let's go back to the basics. Let's go and look at the numbers. Enphase Energy. Tap the like button. I know I've got a big audience for this. We've not covered Enphase for a while, but perhaps we should once again. Consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much indeed. We're about to hit 100,000 subscribers, and we'd love you to subscribe to us before we get there. We're very close. In this brief review, I'm going to give you a full analysis. In a brief review, full analysis. Does that even make sense? Well, I prepared some software for you here. Strong sell from Quant. Who is Quant? Well, Quant is our AI software. That's or at least the internal systems from Seeking Alpha who think you should be selling it. Selling it for $38, really? Well, let's have a little look. What do you agree? Enphase Energy. We talked about this company having one of the best balance sheets on the stock market. It does. It still does. So why is it down? We liked it. We liked it at $100. And it went to $200, if you remember. 34. The same reason as I spoke to you about Plug Power. I told you the same thing with Plug. Only yesterday, once again, I was attacked by Russian oligarchs. Yep, you've no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Well, you do actually. I share quite a lot with you. But I gave you the information that I'm constantly being manipulated or trying to be manipulated. Do not buy this. Because the same issue with Enphase. Because of we don't know where the market is. We know where the business is. But we don't know where the situation is when it comes to Trump, when it comes to tariffs, when it comes to the whole infrastructure around power, energy, at least in this sector. We know where we are with oil. We know where we are with nuclear, but we haven't got a clue where we are when it comes to these type of things, renewables, hydrogen, and with Plug, and solar with Enphase Energy. The big story, before I give you the analysis of should you be buying it now, and is it amazing to buy at these levels, is this. The same story I've been saying forever. You cannot buy these stocks at the moment, no matter how cheap they are, because we don't know where we stand when it comes to this. Solar stocks crushed. A Senate budget bill proposal keeps cuts to solar incentives. This is everything. Because without these incentives, no one's buying solar. No one's buying solar for now. Is it time to buy? Well, according to Sensei, he likes it at this level. From a chart, technical point of view, this would make sense. Is he wrong? No, he's not. He's right again. He's right. These are good levels. But as we dropped, everybody sells out. The people that harassed me to buy this, telling me it was the greatest thing in the world, the moment things go down, they give up and they run away. You should be buying more of it on the way down. I'm tempted to buy some myself. I would be buying myself if I wasn't in the S&P only and being transparent for the show. I would be. Now, I wouldn't be buying. I absolutely would not be buying into Plug. Plug is different because Plug is manipulated by terrible, terrible, terrible people who do all kinds of stuff you don't want to know about towards me and trying to get me to manipulate and promote and sponsor. It's a dirty stock. I cannot go near it even though it's green. It's a dirty stock. I want nothing to do with it. Enphase Energy, solar, I like. It's completely different. However, it's being driven down because of the story that I'm sharing here. So I'm going to give you some analysis here, and I'm going to share this. My flipping bits over here, my buttons are really hard to see at the moment. I don't know why. Anyway, let me talk about this, and then we'll look at the analysis. And Sensei, I know you're watching. I know you're going to go live in a minute. Could you do me a chart, please, for Enphase Energy to follow this? It'll have 10, 20,000 views because a lot of people are interested in this. So I'll do the review now, my side of it, and you do the technical. So if you watch to the end, I'll give you the link. Sensei is going live in a minute. He'll record it. If you watch it live, you can catch that. But if not, I'll do a follow-up video. Solar company shares plunge post-market Monday after Republicans who control the U.S. Senate Finance Committee unveiled changes to President Trump's tax and spending bill. You know, he talked about Tesla. We're not going to give the incentives anymore. We're taking the incentives away. All this money that was wasted, apparently. Maybe he's right. Maybe we shouldn't give incentives. Maybe a business should stand by itself. There's a good argument for that. Trump's tax and spending bill that would fully phase out solar and wind energy tax credits by 2028. So in 3 years' time, no more tax credits, getting rid of it. A business has to stand up by itself. Nothing wrong with that, actually. However, new innovative businesses do need stimulus. We've been doing that forever for Ford. Ford gets paychecks from the government all the time. It doesn't make any money. That would be shut down in 5 minutes if it wasn't for the government. But the government like Ford. They don't like solar. They don't like hydrogen either. First Solar. Oh, in fact, I'll show you all of these. Among relevant stocks, we've seen Sunrun down 27%, Solar Edge 21%, Enphase Energy 15% at the time of doing this. Array Technologies down 9%. We've dipped again this morning, of course, and Enphase. Next Era Energy, all down. Now, Next Era Energy is not even really its biggest thing. And that's down as well. That's a dividend-paying stock. What a time to buy Next Era Energy. Oh my gosh, everyone's getting lumped up with this. So, the modified text of the bill extends tax credits for hydro, nuclear, and geothermal power to 2036. So, we're giving more money to Plug. We're giving tax credits to hydro, which is Plug, but that's down as well. Look at that. That's what I said. Keep away from this one. This has got a boost and it's down. This is what happens with Plug. If I could only, well, I have shown you the manipulation that you get with Russian oligarchs who try to control this stock, threatening all, you wouldn't believe what this has. And this has got good news today, and that's down as well. Because they pump it, they lie, they sell it, they dump it. It's disgusting. Don't ever buy Plug Power ever again. And it's a shame because I like it. I like the business, but I don't like those that control the stock movement. So you can't buy it. It could go bust just by bad movement. Anyway, going back to this, the Senate language gives more time for clean energy products to use the tax credits than the House version, which required that a project must start construction within 60 days of the bill's enactment and be placed in service by year of 2028 to qualify for the tax credits. So what we've got here is a lot of noise, a lot of news. People are uncertain. They tell you it's great, but they're now dumping it. We've got manipulation. Do you know what? I'm not even going to cover it anymore. I'm going to get to the analysis of the business because right now, it's a good time to buy. Whatever happens, solar is not going away. And Enphase Energy has got the best of all the balance sheets. It will remain, it will return, and you'll do okay. I don't see it going bankrupt. No, I don't know. Of course, anything can happen. I don't see it, though. I see other solar companies going bankrupt, but not this one. If we look at valuation, now you might expect valuation to go up to A, because it's cheaper. But in fact, and this is why you've got to be concerned, C+, it's down from B+. Valuation, it's worth less now with the stock gone down than it was when it was up. People buy prices, they don't buy value. You need to know the value. The value has gone down. Even though the stock price is down, the valuation is down. And as I talk about Plug Power, no surprise, look at that, falling off a cliff. Do not buy Plug. Do not buy Plug. It was good news for them today, and they're being dumped again. We had it pumped a couple of days ago. Those that control it, Martin, come on, do this. No. Here's some money. No, not doing it. Boom. Down it goes. I start talking about it online. Boom. It happens every single time. Do not buy Plug. And I'm just linking these two together. It's important, right? One's total and utter manipulation, and one is just weak hands, people selling because they don't know what they bought in the first place. But anyway, back to this. Valuation, C+, down. Growth, C-, down. It's not growing because no one's going to buy solar right now. They're not going to buy solar because interest rates are high. They think interest rates aren't going to come down. That's another story, because at the end of the day, people buy solar, EVs, when interest rates are going down. We think now rates are going to stay up for longer. I don't. I think they're going to come down massive next year if we get Scott Bessent in, maybe zero. Too late. Stock's up 300%. Too late. Now is the time, right? Growth is C-. The company is slowing. This is when you do buy. This is the time to buy. Now, I'm not telling you to buy, but looking at the business, it would suggest you should. C-. Profitability, A-. It's not changed. Now, that's important, because if I showed you all the other solar businesses, I bet their profits are squeezed. Why is that important? Because it tells you that this company has the widest margins, the widest moats. It can sell less, it can go down in valuation, but it's still making money. Others will have to reduce their prices, their margins will be trimmed, and they'll lose money, they'll go bust. Momentum, F. Well, of course it's F. With the bigger macro conditions, of course it's F. So is it a good time to buy? Well, let's have a look at this situation here. Strong sell. This was before the announcement this morning. It's down now, down 25%. This was yesterday. Knew this was coming. We knew the story was coming from Trump. Been saying forever, you can't buy this sector, you can't buy Plug, you can't buy solar until you know where we are going. Now you know where we're going. Trump is telling you that this area is going to be difficult.
Jerry and Elba donated $20 through a super chat. Happy anniversary. Here is the tip for the dinner.
There we go. We've got the tip for the dinner now. We've got the drinks, the meal, and the tip for the dinner. Thank you, Jerry and Elba. 7 years married in England last night, and we were celebrating today. Okay, so thank you so much, Jerry and Elba. That's massive, and I really appreciate it. Forward PE. Let's have a look. Now, this is important. Let's have a look at this. We'll look at the lagging PE. If we look here, there you go. Look at this. The lagging PE is screaming it's a buy. The lagging indicator is 42 times earnings. It's a growth stock. Masses of potential. People buy the future price. It's expensive. It should be expensive. 42 times earnings. Palantir's 900 times earnings. Tesla, similar, 500, 600, 700, whatever. 42. It's expensive. It should be. However, it gets better than that. This is a screaming buy for me. And if I was not in the market, I'd be buying it. Right, let me show you why. The forward PE for where we are now, before the price dropped, was 18 times earnings. 17 is the magic for the S&P 500. At 17 times earnings on a growth stock, you are undervalued. You are buy, as Jim Cramer would say. That was before a 25% drop this morning. These are the same people who call into my show and say, you're not bullish enough. You should buy. Except when it gets hard, you sell. Rubbish. Go away. You don't know what you're talking about. Your principles aren't based on numbers. They're not based upon business. They're based upon hype and noise and drama. And all those that follow Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin has his whole house in Enphase. He's sponsored by him. I'm not. I know the value of this, and I'm telling you that 18 times earnings for a growth stock in the solar industry is a buy, as Jim Cramer might say. 18 times earnings. And that was before this was done last night, before a 25% decrease. That could be now 10 times earnings. The lowest the S&P went, I think, was 6 times earnings. You're approaching a giveaway price. Sensei will do a chart for me later, and I'd love Sensei's opinions on this. See if he agrees with me. I think I think he will. Let me read the unique value of the company. What makes this company better than any other solar company? Enphase Energy operates in a highly competitive market. Yes. With key competitors, Solar Edge. I know Solar Edge better than anyone. It's what I have on my house in the UK. That is on my house in the UK. Solar Edge. I know all about it. I have it. I use it. I own it. That's on my house in England. Tesla, Huawei, these companies offer similar products like inverters, energy storage solutions, targeting the same customer base in the energy sector. Enphase Energy differentiates itself through its advanced microconverter technology, which offers significant advantages over traditional string inverter systems. Let me explain it. I know. I understand that. But that's a bit misleading, and I'm going to explain it. Solar Edge traditionally is a string system. In other words, you have 20 lined up. If one of them fails, they all fail. Enphase Energy's selling point, however, is the fact that they're individually inverters. So if one fails, the rest perform well. That's important. However, I have Solar Edge. I have individually powered inverter systems on Solar Edge. So that is not unique anymore to Enphase. So again, I'm bringing you a balanced argument. The truth, I'm telling you because I own Solar Edge. I own it on my roof, physical, and they are independently inverters. And I could even show you, I'll do it on another show. I can show you. Actually, I wonder if I can do it now. Let me just double check if I can do it now. Live in this. I'll show you this. As long as it doesn't reveal my personal information, I'll see if I can do it. Let me just see. Yes, I can show you. So let me show you real world, my solar system, my Solar Edge system working right now on my house for real. And I'm going to show you it right now. Let me just make sure I've got no private information. Okay, look at this. No one's going to show you this, but I will. Just making absolutely doubly sure. Right, okay, I've checked it and double checked it. This is my solar system working live right now on my house in England, live right now, making me money. Live right now. Real deal. What do you see? This is Solar Edge. You see the panels I have on my system. There's more down here. I can't zoom to the bottom. Let me just make sure. Let me just go off here. There we go. There you go. You see the two at the bottom? They're lower down. So that's my entire system. You might go, that's not many panels. These are individually laid out panels, individual inverters, and I have a very energy efficient house. There's no air conditioning, don't require it in England. So this just powers the internet, heating, water, electricity. I don't have hardly any heat, just a couple of small electric heaters. I don't have any air conditioning. It's very efficient. It's all LEDs. It's all my tumble dryer is a condenser one. It doesn't have heat in it. It dries it through evaporation. My cooking equipment is very efficient. Everything in my house is incredibly efficient. So I can run my house off this. What do you see? One of the panels has failed. The one that's black has failed. It's not working properly. Okay? It's not working properly. It's failed. 72 watts an hour. The rest are making power. And that is in the evening. That's live right now. That's live right now. Those that tell you it doesn't make electricity in the evening when it gets dark or when it gets cloudy, rubbish. You don't know what you're talking about. It works on ambient light, not direct sunlight. It's now 6 o'clock in the evening in the UK. Midday right now. There's the clock. In the UK, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. Still working. Still powering my house. Don't tell me it doesn't work at nighttime, because it does. Not in the dark, but it does work until there's no light at all. It works until there's no light at all. Very efficient system. And you can see the one that's black and 72 is still producing power, but the optimizer in that one isn't working very well. The rest are still working maximum because I've got an independent system, just like Enphase Energy. Right, let me come back to here. So I can tell you for a fact that is no longer a unique selling point. Solar Edge do it as well. My system does it, just so you know. But that shows you that solar isn't going away. It powers a house for real. Even at nighttime, it works. And with a battery on that, I can go 24/7. So it does work. And the government pay me money when I produce power, even if I use it all. I get a paycheck from the British government, from British Gas, every 3 months, even if I use all the power that I create. They pay me for what I create. I could use it all. Imagine someone paying me to buy my food, a plate of food, and I eat it. They pay for an empty plate. I still get paid for it, even though I've eaten it all. Brilliant. Solar, brilliant. Okay, that's how it works. So anyway, the string inverter system is not unique anymore. The company microinverters provide module level conversion. Yes, so does Solar Edge. Enhancing energy efficient reliability and safety by eliminating the single point of failure. I've just explained that to you. The single point of, where am I? Single point of failure, typically in a string and energy management, in a string inverters. Enphase comprehensive home energy systems integrating solar storage, energy, Great. That is not unique anymore though. What makes them unique, and I did not even mention this is why I've got to tell you myself. What makes them unique is the fact that they don't have to supply it. They sell it to fitters. That's what makes it unique. They provide the equipment for others to fit. Now, when one solar business fails, another one pops up. That is also their weakness, though, because if everyone goes bankrupt, if no one's installing, they can't sell nothing. So that is a concern. However, they're not vulnerable to that. It's like saying, a battery company, those that make batteries for Tesla. Everybody wants an electric battery. If Tesla goes bust, doesn't matter. We make batteries for somebody else. Everybody wants our batteries. Panasonic make nearly everyone's batteries, right? So if one business goes bust, they can now provide more to somebody else. Doesn't matter. That's Enphase Energy. That's where Enphase stand out. That's their key unique selling point. Valuation is concerned with a forward EVB of 65, significantly higher than the sector median of 19. However, that's before the drop. This is still very good, indicating an overpriced stock. That's before the drop. However, its peg of 1 points to some underpricing relative to the sector median of 2. Yes, it is undervalued, and that was before the drop today of 25%. Growth. The outlook for Enphase is bleak. Yes, because we've had low growth recently. Since high inflation, since Trump's come into power, no one's buying solar. Everyone's waiting to find out what happens with the tariffs, what happens with inflation, what happens with the credits, what happens with interest rates. So all the growth is terrible. That's when you buy it. This is when you do buy a business. If you're ever wanting to know the strategy of how to invest, this is how to invest. This is what I do on the S&P 500. I buy when everybody else is going, it's rubbish. If you walk into a bar and everyone is telling you that you want to get into Bitcoin, it's brilliant, or down the pub, we're all talking about, that's the time not to buy it. The time to buy it is when everyone is saying the opposite. Oh, you don't want to be in this, it's rubbish. That's when I want to be in it. Because you've all sold it. Now I want to buy it. I don't want to buy it when everyone down the pub is telling you it's the best thing in the world. This is a screaming buy now. And if Sensei does a chart on this later on, I'll be really interested to see what he does. But I would say it's a screaming buy. Carry on. Profitability. Enphase showcases strong profitability with a net income margin of 10%, significantly higher than the sector of 4%. That's all I care about. Balance sheet, balance sheet, balance sheet. Money, profit. Everything else, not important. Enphase leads the sector. It strips everybody out of the business. They all go bust. They're not susceptible to the fitters. They make money. They've got high margins. Their moats are up. They are good. They are strong. That's what it's about. Revisions, earnings are poor. Well, they would be because everything is down right now, right? So let me just come back to this and see if I've got the balance sheet to show you on screen here. Now, if you like that, by the way, that was my Seeking Alpha analysis. If you want Seeking Alpha, there is the link in the chat. All of you get huge discounts, free trials. Without my referral, you'll pay the full price and you won't get free trials. So Seeking Alpha is very well known. Everyone knows about it. Now I'm going to show you Alpha Spread. I know the CEO of this company, and with Seeking Alpha, Alpha Spread, you get with my membership, you'll get this virtually for free because I know the CEO and I've got the best deal. And every time I'm asked to promote a product like this, I say, can I give my audience the best deal? Is it better than anyone? And they go, oh no, we give 20% to a better deal to Bloomberg because they got more viewers. Don't care then, don't want it. Well, okay, we'll give you the same. Right, now we're talking. If you don't give my customers, my viewers, my members the best deal, I don't promote it. I don't promote it. And it's not for me. It's got to serve my members, right? So let me share with you the analysis on Alpha Spread. On Alpha Spread, I'm looking at the balance sheet. $81 is the value. It's undervalued by 61%. The forward PE, the forward valuation, it's undervalued by 61%. Base case 76, best case 76%, base case 61%, worst case 38%. This is a growth stock. It's a growth stock. It should be undervalued. It should be overvalued. It's undervalued. Okay. What about the balance sheet? Can I buy it without fear of bankruptcy? Can it crush the competition? Does it have a huge margin? Can it crush the competition? Let's find out. Go down here. Look at the numbers, the facts, not the drama, not Donald Trump going, no incentives, crash the market, none of that nonsense, the numbers. We had a huge surge on revenue in 23. Does that mean everyone's got solar in the world? Nobody's got solar compared to where it can go. This is when we had low interest rates. This is when we had incentives. This is when we had the previous government, right? Everybody loved it, right? Now we got unknown. But look, it's going to go back up again. What a time to buy. Operating income. What a time to buy. Look at this. It's secular. It goes in its cycles. Look at what comes next, people. People were buying it here, telling me, buy, 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 buy. It's amazing. Buy now, buy now. And I'm not incentivized. No one sponsors me. No one tells me to buy. Nothing, right? Doesn't matter to me. I don't get anything out of it. Up she goes. Net income. Going up, going up, going up, going up. Flipping heck. Okay, balance sheet. Can you buy it? 3.1 billion in assets, of which 1.5 billion is cash. Now you all know I don't want a cash business. People like to buy cash businesses. Stupid. The Trump social, just a pile of cash, doesn't make any money. Don't buy a cash bag. You can have your own cash bag. How can you make money on just cash? You make 4% interest. We can earn 4% on your own money without paying the middleman. Don't just buy a cash business. That's stupid. A cash business that's got cash and assets that it can make more money from, not just a cash business. Would you buy a cash business? Would you buy a pile of cash on the floor? Well, no, because if it's $10 in the pot and you pay $10 for it, it's still worth $10, isn't it? It's not gaining anything. You buy a business that makes money. So look, 3.1 billion in assets, 1.5. So 50% is cash. That's okay. More than that is pointless, but it can survive. 2.3 billion. Long-term debt. It's got no long-term debt. 507 million out of 2.3 billion. It's got a strong balance sheet. It's not going bust. You can't say this about Plug. You can't say this about all the other solar businesses. This one you can. Great, 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 great. Look at its margins. 10%, we just talked about it. It crushes the competition. They're all at 1%, 2%. They can just sit around and wait. The businesses around them go bust, and this one survives and then comes back. Solar isn't going anywhere. Solar is not going anywhere. So look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Profitability, 62%. It beats the competition. It crushes the competition. Can you buy it knowing it's not going to go bust? Everyone's telling you it's going to go to bust. 70% solvency. It's nearly as high as Apple and bloody Microsoft. 70%. Great high interest coverage, negative net debt, short-term solvency. All tick, 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 tick. Targets. 9% downside. Worst case scenario. Before this morning's drop, this was last night's, 9% downside. It's down 25% today. It is free. Worst case scenario. Average, 61%. 5 times the S&P 500. Best case scenario, we will be in a best case scenario in a couple of years. 159% upside. I end my case. 100% Enphase Energy is oversold. Those that believed in it don't believe in toffee. They come on, they get angry with me. They say, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I do. I always make money. 28 trades, 28 wins, portfolio from $5,000 to $440,000. I know what I'm talking about. This is a business that makes money. You don't know what you're talking about because you said it was great and yet you dumped it. Why did you dump it? You should be buying it. Enphase Energy, a great buy. Now, I don't know what the future brings. I haven't got a clue. I don't know if Trump's going to come out tomorrow and say, I'm going to ban solar. You're not allowed to make it. I don't know if the sun's going to turn off tomorrow. Don't think either of those things are going to happen, do you? Do we need more power for AI? Yep. Do we need more power for data centers and crypto? Yep. Where's the power coming from? It's not all coming from oil. There's not enough. It's not all coming from nuclear. There's not enough. Solar is already there. It already exists. Elon Musk is building it out with Tesla. He doesn't have the margins that Enphase Energy does. He doesn't have the balance sheet. Yes, he's much bigger balance sheet, but he doesn't have the profit and the margins the way Enphase Energy does. So I go back to what I say. It's a screaming buy from me. There you go. Enphase Energy. In my opinion, it's a buy. I'm going to give you the links now so you can go and watch Sensei. Sensei's bound to do a chart on this. It's bound to do 10,000, 20,000 views. And you watch, because we rank #1 in the world for Enphase Energy. When I put this out and Sensei puts a chart out, this is going to go up. 100%. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I shall put the Enphase Energy playlist. And down here, I'll put Sensei's chart. There's bound to be one coming out in the chart. He's bound to make one for me today. That's down here. There you go. Do what you want. It's not financial advice. I only own the S&P, but I don't lose money. I always make money. I know how to value businesses. And I'm telling you, this is a buy. Do what you want. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm not telling you to sell it. But those that sold it, big mistake. However, great opportunity for you. Above here, down here, over here, and over here. Thank you very much. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.